Welcome everybody to day 8 of LOVEStream. I am so happy to see you guys here today. I have my special guest and friend, Ms. Katya McEwen here, and we are going to have a blast. So I hope you guys have been watching the replays if you missed the lives, because oh my gosh, the surprise guests that have been showing up have been mind-blowing, and the presentations have been even more mind-blowing. The incredible experience we had yesterday with Linda and the trees and the conversation, just amazing. So I'm excited to see what the angels have to share with us today. And of course, Miss Katya, because it's a surprise to me too what she's sharing. So let me tell you a little bit about my friend Katya. She is the multifaceted woman, visionary founder of Oracle Cards Magic. She empowers soulful entrepreneurs to design, print, and sell transformative Oracle decks that don't just look beautiful, they transform lives. She's also an intuitive mindset coach, a spiritual guide, and an accomplished artist whose work captivates the imagination. Whether she's channeling intuitive wisdom, creating art that speaks directly to the soul, or guiding others on the path of self-discovery, Katya does it all with grace, passion, and deep spiritual alignment. And now I'm going to share one more little tidbit with you. I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for this lady. She discovered me years ago on Twitter, and I would not even get on camera with her because I was never on camera. She put me through a course. I don't remember how many days it was now.
30 days.
Yeah, we went through that 30. Was it really 30 days? Wow.
30 days, yeah.
Anyway, I've been doing videos ever since. So thank you, Ms. Katya.
That's amazing that you remembered that story. Yes, when we met first time on Skype, not even on Zoom, it was Skype. So we are aging ourselves, and that was many years ago. And Deborah said, well, I'm not comfortable turning on camera. I'm like, okay, it's all good. We're just connecting, right? So through Twitter. Who knew, right? So it's so incredible to see how we all evolved.
Yes. And you were nowhere near doing anything with cards way back then.
No.
You were still a banker, right?
Still a banker. I was a sales coach. Well, that's my background, right? So yes, so many pivots, so many things. I still help build soulful businesses, right? So, but I lead with Oracle cards because it's something I'm very passionate about. I love to design them, love to teach others how to design them, and really showing people that Oracle cards are not just a pastime. For me, it became a lifeline, right? So during very difficult times, thank you for your background. When the war started in Ukraine, Oracle cards became my lifeline. And then I slowly realized that it's not only that, it's a healing tool.
Yes.
For yourself and for others. And that's why I'm so passionate about them. It's like I'm obsessed. I always say I'm obsessed with helping others to create and design and sell Oracle cards and build businesses around that. So it's a very different way to run the business, and it makes it so much fun.
Yeah. And when you say lifeline, you mean literally, because Katya had family still in Ukraine, and every day going through that torment of wondering how they're doing, what they're doing. So the Oracle cards in some ways kept your sanity.
Yeah. Oracle cards and AI image generation. So that combination been really, really life sent to me. Definitely. Yeah. Because I started with AI because I frankly needed distractions. I'm certified mindset coach, and I have all the tools. I use all the tools. Nothing was working. Nothing was working anymore. And I started to delve more into Oracle cards. And then I started to get in. One of my coaches, mentors, posted something about AI image generation. Keep in mind, it's not right now. It's like almost 2.5 years ago. And back then, you needed to be really skilled at generating beautiful images, right? So it's so much easier now. So I'm like, okay, I need distraction. So, and I started delving and really recognizing the power of what you can do with AI. then I'm like, okay, so this has been a good distraction. What if I create collection of images so I can help to fundraise money for Ukraine? And this is where it's all started. I said, okay, I'll create 55 images of goddess of protection of Ukraine. It's a modern goddess of protection of Ukraine. The name is Bereginia. And I started with the image and then created 55. And then it turned, I think I have over 35,000 images right now, not specifically for Bereginia, but in general, right? So and that's only in one platform, not counting other platforms as well. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey. As I was creating images, I was like, I always wanted to create that, and hired artists and really couldn't explain my vision. It's not, the artist was beautiful. She created 6 cards for me. I still have them. After $600, I had 6 cards. And we couldn't continue because it was very difficult for me to explain what was in my head. What is it that I wanted in that image? And from there, when I started testing it with AI, right? So I created 5 decks, 2 for clients and 3 for myself in 1 month. And I was like, oh, that's different. So let's see, because there's probably somebody just like me, always wanted to create images for the cards, always wanted to have something and couldn't figure it out. Maybe just like me, couldn't put what's in their head in the vision into what's happening, right? So like what they want in their card. So yeah, that's how it started.
And now you have hundreds of people in your group where you are together creating these beautiful decks. It's impressive.
Yes. We have over 165 members right now in my membership, in a paid membership. And I have almost 3,900 people in my free group as well. So in the free group, we don't necessarily go into details of designing and printing, but what we do in the free group, we use oracle cards to deepen our intuition. So that's the focus for the free groups there. So, but I help thousands and thousands. So because I love running free adventures, and my last 2 big free adventures each had over 600 people participating. And over the years now, because I just celebrated 2nd birthday of my membership on April 2nd, so just 7 days ago. And over the years, I just looked back at how many people downloaded my free guide and everything. I have over 10,000 people now who downloaded my free guide.
That's amazing.
It's amazing, yeah. And some people just download and they're able to do it without doing anything else, right? So, and some people looking for community of like-minded people and want to take it further. And of course, we're available for that too. But it's just been a wild roller coaster ride for sure. Is my mic a little bit echoed?
Yeah, a little bit. I made a change, so let me know if it's better. Oh, now you're hearing the echo. All right, I'll change it back. There's just a little garbling going on.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm just going to try to see if I can change my mic too.
StreamYard is more sensitive to the mic than Zoom is.
Yes, StreamYard definitely is. Is that better now?
It sounds clearer to me, yeah.
Okay, so let's just see if it's better for everyone.
What do you think? Oh, Debbie says much
better. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I switched my mic as well. Thank you for letting us know. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Okay, good, good, good. You know, all of those tech gremlins.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I almost didn't make it today, you know. I've been with Debbra on Messenger. I'm like, oh my God. But the angels made it work.
Yeah, they smoothed out all the wrinkles. We had the other day, Susan couldn't get on. And we thought I was going to have to go on without her. And at the last minute, she switched to her phone and was able to get on. So Yeah, we just go with the flow and figure it out as we move along. But the important thing is that we're sharing the love, the peace, and the concept of oneness across the earth, because this war has got to stop. We need to move into the new era. It's really time to evolve. So that's what we're sharing with everybody.
Yeah. It's so incredible to be here. And just remembering, like, I'm so glad that Deborah mentioned how we met. And I don't think we talked for a few, like, probably for a good year, just here and there, right? So, and reconnecting in this way is so amazing.
Yeah. Well, you kind of were busy with all of your things, and life changed for you drastically. So, yeah, I'm just so
Definitely.
happy that it's better now. And unfortunately, it was a little tragic, but hey, Scott, welcome. We will move on. And in case you guys don't know, that's what this background is about. It's honoring Ukraine for
And I
conscious.
wanted to thank actually you guys as a group because I know from the day the war started, we've been talking to Deborah and you always been praying. And yes, so there's a lot of things happened. And last year during this time, just a little over, my brother unfortunately tragically passed on the way to Canada from Ukraine when we were trying to bring him from Ukraine to Canada. Somebody asked me if I'm in Ukraine. No, I'm not in Ukraine. I am in Canada. I've been in Canada for many years. Well, lived in US for 10 years and just moved back to Canada in August of 2024. And so, but my family still, I still have my older nephew, my niece still in Ukraine. My younger nephew we were able to bring to Canada right at the beginning because he was outside of Ukraine in Poland. So we were able to bring him and his girlfriend to Canada. And now my sister-in-law and my brother's stepson, we were able to bring after my brother passed. So it's been an emotional roller coaster on many, many levels. Yeah. So last year on March 31st, we were expecting my brother to be on a plane. And unfortunately, he passed on March 28th. So I still can't discuss a lot of details about that, not because of the emotional, but because of some logistics that we can't talk about, unfortunately, yet. One of those days, the book will be published, and I'm still unsure if the book is going to have names or it's going to be completely fictional, but it's going to be true facts. So, but because of the protecting, I have to protect my family. I have to protect my nephew and, two nephews and niece. So there is a lot of details that I can't really share unless the situation changes dramatically soon. And that's why I've been holding off on that book as well, because the things that going on there is just absolutely scary on so many levels, on so many
Yes.
levels. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
I
it's
think
still
we're all feeling like we're living in an alternate reality.
we sure do. I felt that over 3 years now, right? So when the war started, I used to make a post on Facebook and I would say day so, like, day whatever. And recently I did, it was almost day 1,000. Let me see. I still keep count of how many days of the war. And recently I put it up and I said, I can't believe I'm still posting it. I can't believe that I still post it, right? So, and it's just been, yeah, it's 1,140 days of the war in Ukraine. And it's actually much more because what we count in the war started, right, in 2022, really the war started in 2014 with annexation of Crimea. And world was quiet. Nobody said anything, right? So if you think about from the world leadership, we all allowed it. I don't want to say they, it's we all as a world, we allowed it. And that's why it's escalated much more in 2022. And so many people asking about, well, why why would you just stop fighting, right? So there's so many people that died already. And I agree. Well, the thing is, if Ukraine, if Russia stops, and by the way, I was born in Russia and I am half Russian, half Jewish, half Ukrainian, whatever you want. I was raised in Ukraine since I was 7 years old. And I had a huge identity crisis when the war started. I still have family in Russia. I was born in Siberia. And I think what's important to understand, if Russia stops, there will be no war. But if Ukraine stops, there will be no Ukraine.
Yes. Well, and it won't stop there. We know they will continue going across Europe. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you heard, but we talked about this a number of times on my live events where I got the message from the angels that the Ukrainian people had some old karma they were fulfilling. In this lifetime, they're the ones holding the line for democracy for the whole world. It's karmic. It's bigger than just this little thing that we're seeing here. And I don't know the history of Ukraine, so I don't know what that exactly means. But we owe them such a huge debt of gratitude for what they are doing, the big sacrifice.
Yeah. And I think you did share it with me a couple of times, is that exact message. And it's interesting how difficult it is to receive that message. It's almost like you've been chosen to struggle and suffer, right? So, and you've been chosen to hold, and I don't say me, but just as a country, right? So you've been chosen to hold the line for the whole world, right? So, and it's difficult because I see it firsthand
Yes.
because my family is there. I have a lot of family who's still in Ukraine. I've seen how people try to escape Ukraine, right? So same with my brother, and how even people with not a good health, my brother didn't have a very good health. They still cannot leave because the man 18 to 60 cannot leave because they could be called to fight. And so there is so much more than just what everyone is seeing in the world. It's also what's happening in country itself, right? So, and unfortunately, politicians and leaders there, they still don't have the best interest of the people of Ukraine too.
Yeah.
As much as people are saying that, well, Russia is using their young people as a shield, so is Ukraine. They use all the young or old men that they can. And unfortunately, in this last 3 years, we've been seeing that our best men are no longer there.
Yeah. It's
And it's
heartbreaking.
scary.
Yeah. But just to circle back, I want you to understand it's not that you were, this was put upon you. The souls who incarnated into Ukraine at this time did it on purpose because of karma they wanted to work out. It's with pride that they came to do this. They probably aren't conscious of it, but that was part of their pre-birth plan. And that's what we honor, that they chose to do that for the world because it's
Yeah.
huge. And at the time that humanity is going through this huge evolutionary up level.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's when I say it's hard to take that message, it's because I see how people suffer.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, I understand that they took it on karmically and the soul came reincarnated into that. And I, like, even from the beginning, I said it's harder for us to see. And what is really hard to see is people got used to living in those circumstances.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's just, and until they are safe, and they don't hear sirens, and they are not shaken because the bomb can just drop at any point of time, and you don't know if it will be your building or next building. All you can hear is the sounds of the bomb or sirens, sometimes both, and then you don't know where it's going to end up. So when we brought in my sister-in-law and her son, for the very first few weeks, they couldn't understand the quietness, the blue skies, that they are actually safe. And even now, it's going to be a year on May 4th, and since they came, they still can't believe of what, well, first of all, what they accomplished in this year and how they established the life in a brand new country. And both of them working, and that's one of the things that people don't realize is that when people come from countries like Ukraine or anywhere, when people immigrate, especially from circumstances like that, they will do anything to work. So my stepnephew, my brother's stepson, I found a job for him. I was living in US and I was helping him, and so they came on May 4th. He started a job on May 27th, which was my brother's birthday. So we found him job in 2 weeks. He had very minimum English. He had a little bit from school, like, when you learn another language. But he is, for the full year, he still haven't had vacation. And I said, it's your benefit, take the vacation. And he's like, no, I just love working, and I am so grateful that I can give back, that I can actually do something here. And it's incredible just to see the work ethics, of how they accept of what they've been given,
Yes.
right? So, and when my brother passed, my sister-in-law, her first reaction was, I'm not going anywhere, just to honor him. And it took some time to really, for her to understand that they already paid a huge cost. And my brother's dream was to live in Canada. He lived with me in US for 5 months, and that was in 2015. After the 2014 war started, there was a period where it was really touch and go, and he was much younger. And I said, hey, just come here, right? So at that time, men were allowed to leave, and he got visa, and he stayed with me in US for 5 months. So where I was going with that, I don't know. I just lost the trail of thought. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, you've talked a lot about how you felt that was a missed opportunity. He had been there.
Yeah.
And then left.
Oh, the reason I was talking about that is that, he couldn't stay because he was on a visitor visa and he couldn't stay and he had to go back to his family too. But the reason I was saying that, even so he stayed with me in the United States, his dream was to come to Canada. And this is one of the things that when it happened, we were talking to my sister-in-law and her son, and we're like, well, maybe he can live the dreams through you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe he can live through you, right? So in the country where he really wanted to be, and he never able to come to Canada.
Well, in spirit, he can now.
Yeah, he can.
And that's actually part of Metatron's message. Synchronistically, it's been that way every day. So I probably should do that now so that we'll leave enough room, because I know you've got that hard cutoff and we don't want to make you late. So we'll just take a pause and I will share with you what Metatron has to say for day 8 of LOVEStream. Day 8. We are nearing the end of our adventure together. It has been filled with excitement, surprises, love, the gentle touch of your angels, and bushels of love from your Creator. It is all good. The important thing is that you showed up. You made the commitment and followed through. That may not seem like much if you're the type of person who normally meets goals, and Miss Katya certainly is, but for some it's huge. For all, it's significant from the divine perspective. Making a commitment and showing up, that's where it's at. That's your part. Once you do your part, then your divine team can pick up the slack and meet you where you are to facilitate creating the reality of your heart's desire, bringing you joy and deep satisfaction at the accomplishment. It's okay to be proud of yourself. You worked hard and earned the results. It's perfectly fine to be proud of that effort. As you reach each new goal, pause to savor and celebrate before moving on to the next big goal. For you are not an automaton. You are flesh and blood and beauty personified. The glorious vision of your divine Creator, who is filled with love and deep satisfaction for who you are and what you've become and are becoming. Never doubt your value or how much you are loved. That is a universal truth that no one or nothing can change because it is Creator's wish that it be so. There's not another force in the multiverse equipped to challenge Creator, so you can take that to the bank. We see your struggles, we see your sorrows, and at every turn, bumps and bruises, we are there with you, soothing, calming, showing the way to move forward. Even though to all appearances, you may see no option for moving, we promise you, there always is one. In fact, very often there's more than one option because we are experts at over-delivering. Hold out your hand and allow us to gently guide you. Bask in peace and delight at the care with which your divine team sees to your needs, ministers to you. To those of you with heavy hearts, feeling beat up by challenges, feeling the loss of loved ones, we invite you, step into the waiting embrace of your divine team who will cradle and rock you, singing you lullabies, comforting, soothing your wounded hearts and psyches. Let us fill the gap to help you get back on your feet and on your path. Let us guide you to reconnect with lost loved ones so that you might feel their presence and the love bond that will never be broken. Let your heart be light and soothed. Mourning is an ancient ritual that no longer serves you. Of course, you're free to make that choice, but why would you when instead you can connect with your loved ones, whether they be 2 or 4-legged? They are never far away. When you think of them, they come to your side. All that's missing is your willingness to let go of the old construct that you must wail and gnash your teeth, mourning for extended periods of time. Because the truth is, when you do that, you create stumbling blocks for the loved ones as they move forward on their own journey. They love and will support you for as long as you need support, but you would honor them greatly and give them an amazing gift if instead you thought of them with love and joy. Remember the happy times. Send them your love and permission to move on. They will always be available should you wish to connect. But the truth is, once you shift into this way of being, where you allow yourself to move out of the old construct of mourning into the new understanding that your loved ones have merely walked across a threshold, the veil between you grows thinner by the moment, and loved ones are available perpetually. Once you wrap your mind around that truth and accept it, there's no need to grieve. In fact, in most cases, celebration is in order because they've moved beyond any suffering or problems they had in this world. They are in that oft-described better place. One day you will join them. Meanwhile, they don't want you wasting your days and opportunities thinking that you must put aside your joy to mourn them. There is no honor nor peace in that. If we were quite honest, we would tell you there isn't even love in that. We ask you to consider this perception of mourning from the other side of the equation and reconsider, perhaps giving yourself the gift of releasing loved ones to flourish, allowing yourself to continue your consciousness expansion journey, celebrating the joy in every day, knowing that the love bond will always be there. Crossing the threshold does not destroy the love bond. We've given you much to think about in that regard, so let us move on to other productive topics. We can think of none more important than you and your self-image, for it is a sad truth that humanity has long been programmed to think of themselves as less than, lacking, inadequate, not measuring up to others who might hold you in higher esteem than yourself. Dear children, that is heartbreaking for us to witness, because we know the truth, that you are a perfect divine being, much loved by your Creator. When you rob yourself of that truth and the opportunity to feel that love and be elevated, you do yourself and those around you an extreme disservice, for you are not living up to your full potential, which affects others, and it certainly affects you. It's a major roadblock to fully living the purpose you came here to experience. My beautiful children, you came with such expansive, ambitious plans for this lifetime. This is the lifetime where everything counts more than it ever has before. This is the moment of truth for which you have been preparing for millennia. As humanity moves into the next level of evolution, so much amazingness waits for you. But you must release old limiting beliefs that you are anything less than perfect, beloved, cherished by your team and your Creator. We don't judge or criticize. We support with love. All of that judgment and criticism comes from within humanity itself, perpetrated upon you by those who seek to control and disempower. They're afraid. They know how powerful you could be if you stepped into the truth and understanding of who you are as a sovereign soul, a much beloved child of divine Creator. Your heart's desire can be yours. You can have, do, or be anything you choose. What brings you happiness? What feeds your soul? Focus on those things and watch your life expand, coming into fullness, blossoming like a beautiful rose at the peak of its majesty. That opportunity awaits you. And guess what? You don't wilt like the rose. Your lifespan is much longer. We beseech you, don't throw it away. Savor every day. Look for new opportunities, the breadcrumbs liberally scattered by your angels. Feel your way through and take action on the opportunities that attract you. Then watch how your life changes in glorious ways. More peace, happiness, joy, and at that point, you're on the road to bliss, a few hops, skips, and jumps away. Bliss is available to you. You deserve it. Why not allow yourself to experience it? Of course, being practical, bliss will not be your state of being every day, for challenges can knock you out of bliss, and that's fine. It's a measure to know what you can achieve and a goal to return to bliss as quickly as possible. Then stay for as long as possible. We have spoken before during this challenge about the practice required. Building muscles, laying down new pathways, practice diligence, all are needed as you move forward, savoring the fullness of every experience, feeling joy and gratitude for all that has been given to you as a divine child. Certainly, there are challenges in this present time beyond what you might have ever imagined. A feeling of disbelief, of being in an alternate reality, wondering if you shifted into a new timeline. There are many things and energies shifting right now. Keep your eyes peeled for each breadcrumb and the next and the next. Those synchronicities that pop up seemingly out of nowhere, those are no happenstance. That is a direct result of your team orchestrating opportunities for you. It would be kind of you to do your team a favor and follow up on those opportunities, for you have no idea how much time and effort was required to create that opportunity for you at that time. You are a challenge to serve, but we are more than equipped to meet you where you are, to exceed your expectations, to guide you with love, wisdom, and the overarching goal of helping you more fully live your pre-birth plan, meeting the goals you set out for yourself in this lifetime. This is how we have served you over thousands of lifetimes. This is how we will always serve you, just at ever higher levels of frequency. Growth occurs as your vibrational frequency rises. Your awareness, understanding, and opportunities expand. It may feel as if everything is grander, and in many ways that is true. At this higher level of spiritual maturity, the opportunities matching where you are will be greater and more exciting. Watch for them. When they crop up, take swift action. Then watch the magic unfold in your life. You are experiencing the magic in your life, are you not? You deserve it. You're ready for it. All you need to do is accept and then enjoy. More will come. This is the way, life in the flow, in alignment with your soul, sometimes riding on the wings of your angels. Your life can be a marvelous, magical, mystical journey filled with joy, wonder, and delight beyond your wildest dreams. But you need to ease up on the controls and allow us to gently guide you into the most expansive opportunities. Some of you get distracted by bright, shiny objects, causing you to make unfortunate choices. The wise choice would be to make a change the very moment you notice the error. Make a new choice quickly and get moving. As we said before, we do not judge. We support and love you. No qualifications. It simply is what it is. You are fully loved and supported. What more could you ask? That is the bedrock of a successful soul journey, and it is yours, freely available for the asking. Call upon us often. We are perpetually available. And now, as we bring the Day 8 message to a close, picture your favorite angel or spirit guide standing in front of you with their arms spread wide. You walk into their arms, and they warmly embrace you, filling you with golden creator light that encompasses your entire body. You can feel your skin tingling from the energy. You can feel your cells reviving and repairing, like a full-body tune-up. Your angel or guide gently kisses you on the top of the head, then sends you on your way with love. You emerge from that embrace, buzzing with energy, love, excitement, a new perspective and perception of yourself. Glory, hallelujah, dear beautiful soul. Now you're getting the picture. We love you to the moon and back. See you again tomorrow. Much love. Namaste.
What a beautiful message. And as you were talking, I actually was shuffling cards and drew the card. And the card that came in is, I think it's like, I say you can't make this shit up. Duality.
Yeah.
Duality of life, right? So as you were talking about that, we can't have all the beautiful roses and rainbows days, right? So there will be, the bliss is there, but it's not 100% bliss. So we have some white and black lines, right? So as you can see on the zebra in duality, and I think embracing that duality is so, so important. And also, if we don't have challenges, how can we appreciate the good times?
Yeah. Well, and grow.
And grow. Yeah.
And I love, what is that zebra wearing? Like a hat or flowers?
This is more like a boho. It's a dream catcher. Yeah.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
and zebra is wearing, yeah. So let me see if I can come closer here. Zebra, yes. So it's just a dream catcher in the background with a lot of like flowers and feathers.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Is that one you designed?
Yes, this is my deck. This is the one that the first deck that I designed, and I just love it. I just changed the name of it, and in the process of working with a printer company to get it in bulk finally. So my Kickstarter will be available in a few months, but right now it's available digitally, right? So I have it published digitally, and people can use it digitally right now. But yeah, it's called Gentle Shadow Work.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So yeah, so it's interesting when you were talking when you were presenting, I don't want to say reading, but presenting Metatron message. There's so many key things came for me, starting with that our job is show up. And despite Deborah, this Metatron invited all of us here, I accepted the Metatron invitation to be here to spread the love and hope. And our job is to show up. So my job is just to show up today, to answer that call. And all of our jobs is just to show up and really anchor ourselves in our soul missions and our visions, follow that. Because when we do, amazing things happen. Amazing things happen.
Yes. Yeah, they were just asking in comments about your website, and I don't think I have that. Do you want to put that in the comments? I put your
Yeah,
channel in there.
I can definitely put my website in the comments. Yes, I can grab it very quickly here and I will do that.
Yeah, I just want to put your YouTube channel for them.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
I
Yeah,
usually do.
so the best way to actually find me is old-fashioned Facebook. Um, I know that Facebook is very different right now. It's not what it used to be, but it still connects me with amazing individuals, right? So with amazing individuals like Deborah, or this is how we, oh, it says that I cannot post it for whatever reason. It's not allowing me to post it,
Oh,
Deborah.
you know
Yeah,
what? Pop it into private chat. There's a button on the side, and I'll copy
I'll
it
do
in.
that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
always find a way.
yeah. So this is my Facebook. It's my professional profile, and my website is right here.
Perfect.
I'll just
Thank you
do
for all
that.
the hearts, Dr. TM. We appreciate that. And the Ukrainian blue and yellow hearts.
That's so beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, really appreciate it. From the day like when the war started, is we all felt this love that's been sent to Ukraine, and on March 6th, so the war started February 24th, and on March 6th, because we're in my city where we lived, and where my brother was, where my family is still there, it's about 40 kilometers from the nuclear power plant that you all hear about
Yeah.
at the beginning. And on March 5th, there was a big scare that there could be an accident, and so a lot of people started to actually live in the city, including two of my best friends. And when that started, not only that the prayers were sent to them, but so many of you guys participated and sent funds because they were living there, like they were living in Ukraine, they were going to Poland. And even now when I look at those pictures, it's like looking at the pictures from World War II, like on a train station. So we at some point, I think we even done comparison. We just removed the color and turned it into black and white, and it was almost like looking at deja vu of World War II, right? So and yeah, so that was, so I just want to say I'm so grateful for everyone who ever helped us, right? So in so many ways, prayers, sending love. My friends always told me that they could feel it, right? So they could feel it no matter where they were, no matter what they were going through. They were definitely feeling all the love that was sending to them.
Yeah. You know, I never knew that Kiev had a statue of Archangel Michael. That was something that came out in the midst of all that. What is the history about that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that specific history, but in Kiev there is a lot of historical, a lot of religious statues. There is a big labra, we call it like a labra, where there is a lot of remains of the deities, and that's in Kiev. So that is still untouched, which is very, very fortunate, because in the more eastern part of Ukraine, because of the war, all of those museums, statues, all of that have been destroyed, and destroyed on purpose. So all of the like museums of the best artists, painters, writers, you name it, all of that, because the history is being destroyed, right? So, and it's not the first time. It's not the first time when the language was forbidden. It's not the first time in Ukraine when the history was destroyed. I myself, as I said, I was born in Russia, in Siberia. And when we moved to Ukraine, when I was 7, my parents decided to, there was an option that I don't need to learn Ukrainian language. And until now, I understand it, but I don't really speak it very well because I never learned it. Because we came from Russia, and at that time you were able to do that. And I do regret not learning the language. And now I'm learning it on my own. And as I said, I can read, I can understand, I just can't speak it.
Yeah.
And that was part of changing the history and almost deleting the language. So eastern parts of Ukraine, most of them always spoke Russian until very, very recently. And even now, probably about 60 to 80% of the population would speak Russian there and not Ukrainian. When the war started, a lot of people started moving to Ukrainian language because they did not want to speak the language of the enemy. And it's been such an interesting observation. Like my best friend, who was very known pediatrician in the city, and she never spoke Ukrainian before the war.
Mhm.
And now when we talk to her, like when I talk to her, I either speak, like she might respond in Ukrainian, but I don't speak Russian to her. Like when I type specifically, I always do in English, and she responds in Ukrainian. But when we do talk, we speak Russian, which is it's just so it's interesting how the history repeating itself, and it's interesting how we as a humans are still not learning the lesson.
That's why it's so bad.
We're still not learning that lesson, that language is important. And historically, the language is important. So why was it that it wasn't enforced to speak Ukrainian language? When I was a child, it was kind of cool. I did not need to take that subject. It's less subject to learn, right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't protesting. But now I totally understand how wrong it was.
Yeah. Well, it's protecting and preserving the culture for the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's devastating. So much has been lost. You know what? We could keep talking forever, Katya, but the minutes are ticking away, and I want to be sure we get your full presentation. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Share whatever you would love to share.
Absolutely. So there's a couple of things I want to do. I brought my cards, so I would love to do the card reading. So if at any point of time anyone wants to do the card, just let me know. Just put the comment card, and you can put the question in. You don't need to. I'll just do intuitively tune in as long as you will give me that permission. I will do the card readings, but I came, as I said, on a request of Metatron and through Debbra, of course. And I really would love to walk you through really short but powerful guided visualization of you enveloping yourself and your loved ones in love. So I would love to start with that. And then, as I said, if you want a card, we will pull another card. Well, I already pulled the card of duality, which was like, I think is perfect with the message that Deborah was saying, reading from Metatron. But I would love for you to right now just shake it off a little bit and a little relax. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and let it out. And take another deep breath in and hold it and let it out. And let's just take another last cleanse breath in, hold it, and just let it out with a sigh. And if you haven't closed the eyes yet, close your eyes. And you are now transported into your favorite space, into your favorite place. The place where you feel safe, the place where you feel loved, the place where there is a bliss, the place where it's so easy to stay playful and joyful, the place of all opportunities, the place of dreams, and where the dreams come true. And as you're getting comfortable and looking around this place, just notice what's around. Notice the nature if you're outside. Notice the environment if you are inside. Notice the shapes. Notice the colors. Notice the sounds. And whenever you're comfortable, just take a seat in your favorite spot in the safe space. And as you're sitting down, you are seeing this beautiful, beautiful light entering from the top of your head. And it's moving slowly to your third eye and to your throat chakra, moving to your heart. And as it's moving, changing color, as it's moving from the top of your head, slowly until it reach your toes. Notice sensations in your body. Is it tickling? Is it warm? Is it cool? And play with this light. It's almost like you're singing it up and down, up and down. And then this light becomes expanding inside of you. It's expanding inside of you. And it's coming around you. And it's enveloping you from inside and out. It's like you are in this absolutely amazing, glorious, beautiful bubble. And everything makes it so fuzzy and warm. This is how love feels. This is how you feel when you are loved. And when people and things feel loved, they choose life. They choose joy. They choose bliss. They choose to love others too. Because when you feel loved, you want to give this love back. And you want to bring that warm and fuzzy feelings that you're feeling right now inside of this amazing bubble. to everybody else. You want to spread the love, literally. You want to spread that feeling, literally. So stay in it for a minute here and bask in that feeling of love so that when we finish this, you can spread more and more of this love into the world. Just stay there for a minute. And whenever you're ready, start playing with incredible energy of the love and start shaping it in whatever you want to shape. As you move in this energy, pay attention. What did it turn into? What shape are you looking at in front of you? Is it an animal? Is it a plant? Is it a building? What is that? Hold on to the shape for a moment and don't worry, you won't forget it. And now you can see how pliable this energy is, but also you can see how powerful the energy of love is. You can feel it. You can feel that you are complete with this love. You can feel that you want to give more and more of the love to others. And you can see how powerful you are when you are loved. And all you need to do to feel this love next time, close your eyes and again imagine you being in a safe space. Imagine you playing with this energy of love. That's all you need to do. It's always available to you. And whatever shape came to you, it could be heart or flower or animal or architecture. Hold on to the shape and maybe find it somewhere else and play a little game. Every time you go somewhere, try to find that shape because that would be the evidence that you love. That's the evidence of your guides, that they always here with you. And whenever you're ready, start shaking a little bit. Move your hands, move your neck, shake it. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes. How was it, Deborah?
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. It felt wonderful.
Awesome, yes. So I'm curious if you were following, what kind of shape came for you?
A very unexpected one. I saw my van that's going to be my mobile office, and I'm thinking, that can't be. But then I realized, oh no, because that's a loving gift to myself and to the world because I will be able to be more productive, also creating more time for self care because there's not really a lot of that right now. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So good. Okay. And I think we have a couple of requests here.
You do.
Okay. Yeah, Denise would like a card. Okay. And Denise said she's a new subscriber. Well, welcome, welcome, Denise. So we're so great to have you. Okay. Let's see. Okay. And Phyllis said an ocean wave for her came through the meditation. I love that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a card for Denise. Okay. Like I said, we can't make this shit up ever. Pardon my French. And the card that came for you, Denise, is liberation. And this is what I'm feeling specifically for you. Where is that in your life right now? You're not
allowing or accepting yourself fully. Could be for the reasons of judgments from others. Could be also for the reasons of being misunderstood, not necessarily sharing your gifts that you have plenty. And how can you liberate yourself? By fully and unapologetically accepting yourself and loving yourself. What I'm feeling and picking up is that there is some parts of yourselves that you've been rejecting for whatever reason. What are those parts and how can you integrate those parts because they are part of yourself? Those parts that you're trying to reject right now, they are who you are. And until you truly accept yourself fully, with all the quirks, with all of the amazing, incredible gifts that you have, it's very challenging for others to see all that you are. So the message of this card of liberation is don't try to always hearing the word absorb. Don't try to absorb other energy. Be that energy. Be the one who is influencing this energy of liberation. That's what's coming up for me. Okay.
That is a beautiful card.
Thank you. Okay, so that was for Denise.
And you saw that she validated for you that you got. It was right on.
Right on. Okay, awesome, fantastic. Yes, so then I have, I'm just going to go by. So Denise, then there was, may I have a message? Yes, so Marby. Marby asked for the message, okay, and then Phyllis after that. So we had Marby before, okay? So this message is for Marby. And this deck is a prototype deck, so it feels like it's funny. It has a couple of spelling errors. Even so many people checked it, but it's so dear to me. I don't think I'll ever change working with this one because it's the brand, that very first one, that very first prototype. So Marby, what does Marby needs to know? And I'm hopefully pronouncing your name correctly, okay? Okay, so, and this one, as you can see, it's a little mouse. And the message of this card is equilibrium. With everything that's going on in the world, it's very challenging to stay on that rope that we're walking and hold that equilibrium. In order for us to get to that equilibrium and to really center ourselves and ground ourselves, we need to reconnect with ourselves and what is truly ours and what is truly not ours. With so much noise going on around, it was created on purpose to distract us from what is important. And what's important for you is that equilibrium, your peace. Nobody gets your peace. Nobody gets your peace. You got to keep it. You got to create it. You got to create that equilibrium for yourself. No matter how much everything around you screaming, pay attention here, pay attention there. Remember, all of that is sleight of hands. All of that is distraction. And the only thing that matters is what is it that your soul desire and how can you create peace within yourself. So that's the message for you, Marby.
You got it, she says.
Okay, awesome, fantastic. And next one we have Phyllis. Okay. Let's see. What does Phyllis need to know? I'm just going to get a drink. I'm still recovering from bronchitis.
And for those of you who came late and missed it, these cards that Katya is using, she designed, she created all those images. It's her personal deck. And she teaches
Thank
other
you.
people how to do that.
I do, I know. If you're interested in that, just connect with me because I think it's so important. It's interesting, the Deborah said, we just want to hear your presentation. And I just felt cold that it wasn't a place for me to talk more about my membership or anything like that, because I always believe that people buy from people they know, like, and trust. People feel the energy. And I'm big on creating relationships and not transactions, right? So, and I'm not opposed if you want to look at it and purchase, absolutely, or ask me and contact. But I just feel the message for today was very different. The message for today was to give to you, to
Yes.
give what I can. Oh, we have a jumper here for Phyllis. Okay, I love it. Oh, I love them. You know, it's funny. I will say I love this card. I love all of them. So that is the card is a wonderland. Okay. So we have a little rabbit bunny here of the wonderland. So I would love to ask you, Phyllis, have you been following your white rabbit? Just like Alice in Wonderland. Have you been following the white rabbit, or you've been trying to figure out and chase some other shiny object? So to me, the white rabbit is that our soul desire and a fire. What is that that our soul desires? What is that that you want to do? And following the white rabbit is literally like taking those breadcrumbs our guides are sending us and say, hey, look here. Look, it's a wonderland place. This is what you want to do. This is where you want to go. You want to follow into direction of your dreams, of your desires. And our societies say, no, you can't do that because that's not how you make money, or whatever way they want to look at it. And you need to do it the way that everyone else is doing. But I feel the message for you here is to follow your white rabbit, because that's what will bring you in your wonderland. Follow your white rabbit, follow your nudges, and everything else will fall into place. Okay? So that was for Phyllis. Okay, love that. So follow your guides. Follow what is that bringing you joy. Wonderful. Fantastic. Linda says, I saw purple energies that kept morphing into different shapes. That's really cool. I love that. That's very cool. Hypnicity says, thank you to my guides for bringing me here today. Thank you. I saw a heart, Sonia said, and Sonia would like a card. And as I was shuffling and asking who is the next person, actually card came through. It just fell off, right? So I don't make the rules. So whatever the card is, we're going to look at it. Okay. So, and this card is Harmony, the dolphin. So I'm wondering, Sonia, if the dolphin is your spirit animal. And I am wondering if you have been communicating with dolphins lately through whatever way. So to me, the message here is we are not after creating something unknown to mankind or unknown to anybody, unknown to our spirit. We're here to live in harmony. We're here to spread the love. We're here to spread the playfulness. If you think about the dolphins, if you ever witness them, they are so playful. They just want to be there and play with the ball. If you are in a marine and you're playing with them, if you ever swam with dolphins, They right there, they want you just flap your hands literally in the water, and the dolphins will come to you because they want to communicate, they want to talk to you. So follow that. Follow the harmony, follow the sounds. And I feel like the dolphin has this message for you. You can find that harmony within yourself and also within community of like-minded people around you. Okay?
It's interesting. She shared this comment earlier, and it just beautiful synchronicity with what you're talking about.
I also thought of a candle. I make candles for hobby. I could share my candles with love and light. Yes, absolutely. Love that. Absolutely. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you. Okay. And thank you. I see people saying beautiful artwork. And thank you. Okay. I've been on a journey of spirit. I would love a card. Okay, Miss Debbie is the next one. So we are going to pick the card for Miss Debbie.
And I think that will be the last one because I still have to deliver that special message to you, and I know you've got to get out of here quickly.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. So Miss Debbie is the last one. And yeah, let's see what Miss Debbie needs to know. Miss Debbie got the hippo authority. You do have an authority. Did you know that, Miss Debbie? Even in the flow, hippo comes out with authority. Hippo comes out larger than life. Hippo loves taking space unapologetically. Where is that right now you're not taking space? Where is that you're not believing that you could take space? Where is it that you're shrinking a little bit in the shadows? Just to be maybe just to be nice? Hippo is always kind, but you don't need to be nice to be kind. You can deliver kindness with compassion and take the space and be in your authority. Because those who need you, they're waiting for you to come with that authority and deliver to them and teach them what is that they need to know. And that could be somebody just next to you, or that could be someone in online internet ethers who is waiting for you to come out with that authority because they've been waiting for you to spread the love with them.
That is beautiful. And I happen to know Miss Debbie is a retired teacher.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. Love that.
Awesome. Thank you, Katya, for those awesome readings. And Denise wants to know if they can buy your cards.
Yeah, so right now you can buy them through Deckable, and Deckable is the platform where you can interact with the cards digitally. And as I said, they will be coming into Kickstarter in August. At least I'm planning for my birthday to get my Kickstarter campaign up and running for the printed version. But right now, I will share with you the link where you can buy it digitally. Okay. So let me just quickly grab that. Okay.
And you're putting it in private chat so I can grab it for you?
I'm going to put it
Awesome.
in the private chat, yes.
Yeah.
I am going
Debbie
to
says that was a lovely reading. And Linda says, thank you, Katya. Beautiful cards. Loving messages that we can all take to heart and build a new world. Thank you, Linda. That's beautiful. Sonia
Here
wants
you
to
go.
spread the peace and harmony.
Yeah.
Okay, let me grab that. There you go, everybody. All right. So I told you earlier I'm getting this surprise guest showing up every day to deliver this final remarks / prayer. So when I asked who was coming forward, I started hearing this song. How can you mend a broken heart? You know that song? I'm all alone, but I hope you know that song. How do you feel about the people who sing that song?
I don't have any feeling about that.
Because Robin Gibb is our guest today. And yeah, the song resonated for you, of course, but there's more because Robin has experience. He's lost 2 brothers before he joined them. So that might be why, or it might be something else, and you'll let me know after I share his message. But he's the one who chose you today. Robin begins, I know a little something about losing a brother. When Andy died so young, it was devastating. I felt crushed. Then years later, my twin, the other half of me, Morris, was taken away. We were robbed of growing old together. It was hard to be on the planet without him, but life goes on. You have to find some way to go on. Otherwise, you waste your remaining opportunities, and that would be a greater tragedy than any loss. Of course, now that I'm on the other side, my perspective has entirely changed, and I realize the time spent in devastation and mourning not only didn't help me, but it didn't help my brothers on the other side. It kept them tethered and made it harder for them to move forward. Here I thought I was doing the right thing, honoring them by being sad and feeling the loss. Now I understand it doesn't work that way. It's like keeping them tied to your apron strings, and that helps no one. It's releasing, being in the flow, knowing that life and death are just transitions, and the veil between is thin. Actually, there really is no separation when you get right down to it. It's a misunderstanding of the way of things. And I'm now there for my children and my wife whenever they need me. I think they know that. I hope they do. I would like them to be free of feeling an obligation or a responsibility to mourn. I don't want them to put their lives on hold because I'm no longer there. That would be a colossal waste. I want them to know I'm still singing, writing songs, checking in on them regularly, and checking in on some young songwriters who I've taken an interest in. I find that quite satisfying to tutor them without their understanding what's going on. It's amusing, actually. You see, there's no separation. That's an illusion. Considering the state of your world, you would do yourself a great service to focus on living fully in whatever time you have left, because none of you know when your time card is going to get punched. And then it's lights out, baby, zipping you off to the other side, reorienting you back into spirit. Of course, you've done that many times, so it doesn't take a lot of effort, but it does take some. There's that short transition period, getting used to not being corporeal anymore, changing your priorities. And there's the celebration of catching up with those who are there ahead of you. Life goes on. That's the truth of the matter. But the way it goes on, now that's up to you. Make the most of it or throw away the opportunities. Your choice. I hope you'll make the wise choice because the world needs you right now. It's all hands on deck to sort out this mess, to shift into that higher vibrational frequency and move past those who would hold you back, denigrate you for your beliefs. Close the door on them. You have no time for that nonsense. You have bigger fish to fry, more satisfying, delicious fish to fry. The opportunities that are opening before you are unlike any you've had before. The world is changing, and the opportunities along with it. I was pretty conflicted when I first got here, but now I see this is the natural way of things. It's all good. End one chapter, start another. To be honest, I've had some frustration about some of the god-awful things you people are getting up to down there. Talk about tragedy. Now, tragedy is one of the famous songs of the Bee Gees, so he's referring to that. What you've done to the planet, that's a tragedy. And what some of you are trying to do to others, that's a tragedy. But you know, the flip side of tragedy? Celebration. Let's flip that script and get you back onto a more positive path, opening doors of opportunity, taking action, lifting one another up, sharing more love and joy. Might do you well to get out there and do some more singing. Singing is good for the soul, lifts you right up, makes you feel better. Balm for the soul, you might say. Yeah, step up, sing, share the love and joy freely, wherever and whenever you feel. Let those you love know that you love them, because you never know when they'll exit or when you'll exit. Then it might be quite some time before you get another chance. Savor your days, live your dreams, don't hold back. And if you get down in the dumps and need a little boost, call on me. I'll visit. I'll sing to you. I love to sing. Making other people happy with my singing makes me happy. When you play my music, you make me very happy. It feels good to be remembered in such a warm, appreciative way. And your loved ones feel the same way when your thoughts go to them. They love to be remembered. Happy memories, not the sad ones. Let that stuff go. Remember them with love and joy. Focus on the happy memories, then you honor them. They will feel it all the way through the veil. You will connect with them. Am I making sense? Are you understanding? I sure hope so. If I can help you bring a little lightness and shine back into your lives, I'll be a happy guy. Or should I say soul? Yeah, old habits die hard. So I've said my piece. I hope you feel a little lighter, more loved, because that's my wish for you. Thanks for listening. Wishing you happy trails wherever your journey takes you. So long. Robin out.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that was his gift to you and everybody who watches today and later. It's so interesting who it is that shows up. Yesterday we had Sylvia Brown. I mean, who would have guessed, right? One day we had Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse.
Wow.
That's fun.
That's really, but the message was definitely well received. Yes.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, it's challenging because you miss them in a 3D world. No much. Doesn't matter how much you know that spiritually you connected, and no matter how many signs I see all the time and how he comes to me, but you miss that 3D presence.
Yeah. But you can go into meditation and create that anytime. But a lot of people don't know that. I think that's why they keep talking about it. Because it does make a difference.
Yeah. Absolutely. You can connect many different ways, definitely.
Yeah, Marby, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Phyllis.
And it looks like it was Miss Debbie's birthday. So happy birthday, Miss Debbie.
Yes, happy birthday, Debbie. So exciting. And Miss Debbie has just recently gotten into Oracle cards and is collecting all of these decks and really expanding into her spirituality in her retirement. So very exciting. And for all of you who are listening, if you've enjoyed Katya's presentation, go check out her Facebook group where she's handling the Oracle cards, because I think you'll love that. It's a great fit for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Come and join us.
Did we put that link in there for that Facebook group?
I don't think we did, but I can do that right now. I have it handy.
Perfect. Because I know a lot of people in my community are going to want to get a piece of that.
Yeah, so let's see here. So so the free group, I'm just going to put it in private chat here.
Yeah, that's perfect.
There you go. Yeah. So that's a free group. So come and hang out with us. I do card readings there. We do like a monthly Q&A. Anyone can come in and ask me anything. So yeah, and come and hang out with my cruiser and myself.
Yes. So I think we got to let you go because you're going to miss your appointment.
I do.
So
Yes, I do. I'm so
And-
glad that we
Yes.
actually were able to come in because it was like kind of touch and go there for a minute.
We would have made it happen one way or another. So
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
you want to say in closing before you run?
I just wanted to say to everyone that I think from what Deborah was saying from Message from Metatron, again, what stood out for me, it's up to us to show up and how we're showing up. It's up to us to spread the love. It's up to us to really spread that message and get grounded and really to get that equilibrium. All cards that were picked up today, they were so on point because that's what creates liberation for you and everyone. And you do have that authority
Yeah,
to do that.
it's
We
beautiful.
have that authority to do that.
Since I've known you, you've been talking about showing up. It's one of your themes. So
Yeah.
that's perfect. Phyllis said the
Absolutely.
message from Robin resonated. She lost her 17-year-old brother when she was 11, and it shaded her for decades, but now she connects. I'm so glad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robin, for that. Oh, before you go, would everybody join me in sending some love and healing energy to Katya? She is battling bronchitis and has been quite ill. It's a miracle she's here. So angels, please surround her with love and healing energy. Lift her up, clear her lungs, let her breathe freely and clearly so that she can be in the world sharing her love and light. Please and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. Much love to you today, tomorrow, and forever. I will see you soon. Thank you, Katya.
Thank you so
Bye,
much for having me. Thank you.
everybody.